A number of years ago, and unfortunately I cannot remember the exact year, I remember there was a very severe drought taking place in California. And that does happen from time to time. We hear it in the news where, the wildfires happen, there's a drought. But this particular year, the drought was extremely severe. And we also know that California is known for its wine country, for the production of grapes that are turned into wines. And I remember hearing the news story about this, and of course your first reaction, well, there's a drought, therefore poor Napa Valley, and the wine industry, of course, is going to struggle, because of the lack of grapes. But ironically, that wasn't true. And I didn't know this. I thought this was fascinating. Because there was a drought, because the grapes on the vine were not getting as much water as they normally would, they actually produced more sugar. It wasn't diluted by the water. And so yes, there were less grapes, but when they were harvested, the wines that they produced in that year won more awards than any other year before or since, I believe. I'd have to double check. It produced these amazing wines that can only be brought about when those grapes are not receiving that water that they're used to. For us then, the same is very true in the spiritual life. We like to give into our desires. We have inordinate desires, things that are very selfish and seem to be fulfilling ourselves, drinking as much of the water as we possibly can. And yet our God teaches us that if we are to bear fruit, if we are truly to be a good and holy wine, that sometimes we need to let those things go. We need to let go of our desires, our inordinate desires, allow God to prune us, as that were, so that we can bear much more fruit. C.S. Lewis said it best. He says, it's not that we desire too much. It's that we don't desire enough. In other words, what we really desire are not these things of the world, this stuff that makes us bloated and deluded. We desire God Himself. And oftentimes we have to give before we receive. Amen.